Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 8:01 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It's Wednesday, the 15th of March. It's a special day, too. If you're a Broadway Bold subscriber at the Paramount, you can get a good little ditty. You'll hear that term a lot today. So get ready for what you can get with that. You know, there's something special going on. Two things. We've got a returning brother named Noah Gabriel Giblin, who's in the studio. What up?
Hello.
How you feeling?
Feeling good.
That's a nice shirt.
Thanks.
You look really calm. You. That's what I like about guitarists. You guys are just relaxed, like you're living the music.
I can't impress people if I try, so why try?
We've also got Brett here. Brett, how you feeling?
Feeling great.
All right. Joe Jackson is here. Good morning, Joe Jackson. Nicole Astra is here. Good morning to all of you guys. Ashley Harper, good morning to you as well. So what I was mentioning, and you're going to hear a lot of good stuff today from Noah Gabriel, but Wednesday, so this morning, today at 10 a.m., Broadway and Bold subscriber pre-sale. So you must sign in to access the pre-sale and get a 10% discount. That's Paramount Theater in downtown Aurora. New concerts are coming, so get ready for that. We got Purple Rain, the Prince tribute show, and then Happy Together, which is an outrageous concert bringing the biggest and best music of the 60s and 70s to you. Noah, it's been a while since last we talked. How long has it been? 6 months? 8 months?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked before. What was it? April? No. We were leading up to. Was it October?
Yes, that's
what October.
It was. Yep.
Yeah.
That's when the seasons were going away. Mm-hmm. Now they're coming back.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is.
So you are now working on the 13th album is getting ready to drop. Is that correct?
The 13th album is done. It's coming out April 21st at the venue.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's it like? Now that seems to be something new. Typically, or at least in my remembrance and history, like the album's dropping. They weren't dropping live at a place, right? Is that something new, or is that something that you spearheaded?
No, I can't say I spearheaded. It's something I've been doing since album number 1.
Okay.
You know, I think it's kind of, for me, it's just a way to kind of put it out there and you know, make people aware of it. You know, you put stuff out online these days, it gets lost in the fray. There's so much stuff that comes out on a regular basis. I mean, probably 1,000 albums that come out every week, you know, from artists around the world. So at least in the local setting, you know, it's a way to kind of get everybody's attention and say, hey, come out, see it, hear it, you know, grab a copy and
Right.
and tell your friends.
You have a great ongoing relationship with the venue. Talk about the venue for those who are unfamiliar. We've got some great places to watch music in Aurora, so shout out to them all. But let's talk about how special the venue is on Broadway itself.
The venue's awesome. The venue was put together by the Fox Valley Music Foundation, which was put together by Steve Warrenfelt's, Dave Glenn, a bunch of Aurora folks that wanted to celebrate the music of the Fox Valley. I've been lucky enough to be involved as an artist. They invited me to play the very first show. I was the first artist on the stage, opening night at the venue.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Heavy.
It's pretty cool.
Heavy, man. It's cool.
It's awesome. They're giving locals a really nice stage in a listening room. You know, there's nice stages around town. I mean, I played at Two Brothers since it was Walter Payton's place.
Okay.
I played over at Ballydoyle. There's a difference, though. I mean, those are bars and clubs
That just so happen to have a stage.
Yeah,
right.
You know, it's like you go there, you play, people like it, but people are there communicating with each other. It's, you know, it can be loud. You know, you can grab their attention some nights. You know, you get them to just like, you know, focus in on the stage. But the venue, you go there to listen to music.
Right.
So if you want to be heard, that's the place, you know, you want to play at.
Right.
And as a songwriter, that's all I've ever wanted. You know, it's fine to play with a rock band and wow people with, you know, guitar pyrotechnics, but to have a place where people will actually sit and listen to your words is a whole other thing.
Well, you you have your fan base too. You got your fan base and your following. And when last we spoke, you know, I remember I asked you like how that feels, and I know it really has to feel good and be reassuring.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's easy. It's easy to feel lost. Like I said, with every, you know, anyone can put out music, anyone can release things. Not everyone can get people to show up, and it is reassuring. You know, I play a lot of shows in places where I'm background music, you know, where it's like I'm in a corner on the floor playing my acoustic, and it's fine. To me, it's a way to work through songs and play and you know, kind of expand my craft, I guess. And I gather fans through that. But then when I get to put on a show at the venue and like offer them like a real show where it's like
the show experience.
Yeah. And to have people come out to see that's a huge thing. I mean, that's the only reason I get to keep doing it is because people show up. If people didn't show up, you know, I wouldn't be playing every weekend. So yeah, having listeners and people that, you know, I've had fans that have helped fund things for me. I mean, like, you know, I couldn't do what I do without the people that support me.
Right. So what can the listeners expect on One Wing Shy? What will we get, man? What are you blessing us with?
It's once again, it's a different album. I say that because I've tried to make every album different. This one I recorded at home by myself with one microphone similar to this. I mean, it's a full on production. You know, I mean, there's drums, there's guitars, a bunch of other random instruments. My whole idea is I was kind of making an album for myself. You know, I miss songs that meander. I like things that kind of go different places, and I don't like the straight line. You know, I'm here, I want to get there. Well, what's around? You know,
Life.
I don't need to just go straight there.
Absolutely.
So that's what this album is. I mean, each song I made a point of, they're all at least 5 minutes long. They all have long intros that kind of move about. And the whole idea was, you know, I didn't want to have to cater to a Spotify algorithm, because that's everything. When you look to release an album or a song, you can look up. There's all these things online. Here's what you need to do: make sure your song is 3 minutes long.
Yep.
Make sure it's all about. It's not even about the craft of song work anymore. It's like they tell you to dumb down your song so that you can like spoon feed it to people.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to do that. My favorite music was stuff that I had to sometimes muscle through the first couple times, just because when you listen to something new, it should be a bit different and difficult. I'm sure when the Beatles dropped Revolver, people were like, "What is this?" They're expecting like kind of like old school poppy Beatles, and all of a sudden like they're going off. Right. And they're going in 100 different directions. And it's not that it's difficult to listen to. It's just it's so different. It makes you want to listen to it to get it. And I'm not going to compare this to stuff like that, but my idea was to offer something more than just quick little songs with hooks. But I've never been that guy. I don't write pop hits or anything like that.
Right. So what comes to mind is, how have you matured in your own assessment of yourself through the albums? How has Noah Gabriel matured? How have you been doing with the music?
I think a lot more about it.
Okay.
I've written a lot. Obviously, album 13, 14's done. It's just getting wrapped up.
Okay.
And I've got like 10 more written. So, but when it comes to songwriting, like I used to be one of those guys that would try and like sit down and just like I would force things out, right? But after you write so many songs, I mean,
force it out. What's that mean? What unpack that? I don't.
Well, I was younger, so I used there were more cliches in what I did.
Okay.
It's easy to write through things when you're careless with your words.
Okay. You're just writing. You're just getting it done.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's fine for some stuff, but I find more and more now, just because I know I've written songs about love, I've written songs about corruption, I've written songs about like all these things before, and now I'm trying to kind of hone in on more specifics and just be. I'm just trying to craft the words better. I'm trying to move the music in a different way. I went from my first 4-5 albums. I stayed in standard tuning, which to most people you say that and they're like whatever. Then to me, like the guitar as an instrument. It became something where I found myself falling into traps of my own playing. Like there's things that my hands do when my guitar is in standard tuning that it's just natural, And while that's a good thing, it can also be a bad thing because, repetition can rear its ugly head. So, my last few albums, I've got like 40, 50 different tunings that I'm using now. I've dedicated whole albums to one single tuning, just to explore that and see what it does, because it forces you to write with your ears and not with what you know.
Write with your ears. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. So it sounds like you're still growing.
I'm constantly trying to grow. I don't want to be stagnant. I don't want to release the same album. I don't want to, use the same melody. And, I'm just trying to be better. To me, that is the focus of art in general. To me, it's all about evolution. And if I'm not evolving, I'm not really being an artist.
Well, one of the things that I do appreciate about what you do, as I mentioned before, was that on the outside looking in, as a guy who is not a guitarist, the times that I have, but I love guitarists. We've had the discussion on rock and metal and what's classic and where's blues and all those influences. When I hold a guitar, I feel powerful.
Yeah.
Even though I can't play anything. But and I know it takes skill. I think I told you the story of me trying to play the key of G and F. My buddy's like showing me all that. To hear you, a polished artist, say that you're still learning and growing is refreshing, man. It really is. It shows the human side, and I think that that's part of what comes out in your music, and I'm sure that's one of the things fans love about you.
I try. Like, to me, like, conviction is everything in art. You know, if you're not being sincere about what you're doing, it comes through. Like, I say it to my wife all the time, and for a while I think she thought I was crazy. But, like, I can hear when someone's singing and, like, listen to them, and there's a feeling I get. And there's, and it's across all genres. It's not just like, I listen to a pop song and I'm like, crap.
Right.
Right. Because there is some beautiful pop music. I mean, there is some, intelligent, thought-provoking, deep, moving pop music that exists. It exists in every genre. And there's something that I get from listening to people and watching them, where I can feel their sincerity or insincerity, and to me that's what I'm always trying to. I just want to put sincerity out there, which is why there's tons of songs that I've written that, like, I haven't recorded because while they're songs, they're finished, they were almost like stepping stones. They were just things that I had to do to get to the next thing, and I didn't find enough depth in them to, like, build anything off of.
They had their moment.
Yeah.
They served their purpose already.
Yeah.
Interesting. It has me in the mind of, like, writers, right? Maybe have writer's block. That thing is not yet finished. I gave my soul, but now, chapter 6, it's like, how much do I bear? When's the next disaster going to make me spill on the page, kind of thing? I'm not trying to compare that to guitaring at all, but I'm thinking about the creative juices flowing, them having their moment, serving their purpose, learning from it. Maybe I'll release it, maybe I won't. I'm an artist. I draw. Yeah. So I've done some people like, yo, why don't you? Nah. That's underneath the notebook,
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. Well, and that's the thing. It's like, people who aren't in it and aren't doing it. It's beautiful that they can look at those moments. Some things are just snapshots, and that's all they need to be. They don't need to go into the photo album. Right. They can stay in the box with all the others.
Oh, that was deep. That was deep. The time is 8:17 a.m. Good morning to all of you great folks listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. Jen Mendoza, good morning to you. Dan Barrero, good morning to you. Right back at you, sir. Nicole says, man, that is so true. Our attention span is so low. Even songs I love, I find myself skipping toward the end. But when I'm listening live, like at the venue, I'm settled in and want to hear it all. Yeah, there's a difference. Oh. There's a difference between washing your dishes and listening to the Temptations. I don't know if you do that like I do. But then there's a difference between, like, being there, got some Merlot in your hand.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I get it, man. Like, it's it's all different avenues,
Mm-hmm. Time's 8:18. Brett, take us to a commercial. Give us 2 pieces of news, young man, and then bring us back, baby.
Okay, so the Neighbor Project and Huntington Bank have a great event taking place Wednesday, March 22nd. The next presentation and the Homebuying Team Seminar series is Own Your Dream Home. This will be an in-person event and will take place at Everlasting Rooted Church, located at 22 North Highland Avenue in Aurora. The seminar starts at 6 p.m. and will provide you with all of the information you need. Community Mortgage Loan Officer Kimberly Gehrke will be our host. For more information, call 331-300-3566. Again, 331-300-3566. Saturday, March 18th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Our friends of Waterford Place Cancer Research Center are hosting a colorectal cancer awareness summit. Learn about the importance of colonoscopies and the latest advancements in treatment. This is hosted in conjunction with the DuPage NAACP and will be an in-person presentation.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Brett. We appreciate it. The time is 8:20 a.m. This Friday, you can catch Noah Gabriel Giblin at Art History Brewing from 6 to 9 p.m. Looks like there's going to be a special tapping of Chuck's Red, and the namesake Chuck's Wood-Fired Pizza will be there serving up his famous pizza. It's the perfect place to hang for your St. Patty's celebration. Shout out to Art History Brewing. Another piece of news I want to tell you guys about, because I don't want this to go away, and time is of the essence with this. There's an Aurora drive aiming to help women in need. You guys may have seen this posted. It's been on the city's website. It's called the POWER, Power Women's Group. POWER, obviously, is an acronym. It stands for Presenting Opportunities Where Everyone Rises. Their group is hosting the Empower Bag Collection Drive to collect 100 purses and backpacks filled with toiletries, feminine hygiene products, and basic necessities. Community members and businesses are asked to donate new or gently used backpacks along with the items, and the donation for drives will be accepted through, donations will be accepted through March 31st. Donations can be dropped off from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday in collection bins at City Hall, 44 East Downer Place, Animal Care Control, 600 River Street, the city's Customer Service Center, 3770 McCoy Drive, and Development Services located at 77 South Broadway. Other sites are the Aurora Police Department, 1200 East Indian Trail, Aurora Central Fire Station, 75 North Broadway, Fire Station 5, 730 Hill Avenue, Aurora Fire Station 7, 824 Kenilworth Place, Aurora Fire Station number 8, 3770 McCoy Drive, and Aurora Fire Station number 10, 2390 West Illinois Avenue. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hold on, Curtis, scratch it up. Curtis, man, how many fire stations do we have? We got at least 10. How about it? That's a humdinger. It makes me think of some Aurora's many things.
But in Aurora's case, fly isn't just a verb. It's an adjective. Aurora's fly. Aurora's cool.
Aurora is fly, Aurora is cool, and Aurora has more fire stations than we know what to do with. If you are having any kind of trouble, they got your back. Michael Rayford's here. Michael Rayford says, do you have contact information for the Power Organization? Michael, I do not. This article that I'm reading didn't have it in there. I'll see what I can do to get it for you. The time is 8:23 a.m. All right, so what's the single? What's the number one single off the album?
I've been pushing
Smoke Damage.
Well, Smoke Damage. That's that was the very first song that I recorded for the album.
Okay.
I mean that kind of set the whole stage for it. There was the recording process is fun because it's like on stage it's like there's room to move on stage, but at the same time when you're on stage with like 5 people. You can't move too much,
right? Because
if you stray too far from the path, you'll just get lost in the woods. So it's like at home, the whole album was an accident. I was just trying to record stuff to stay sane, in the middle of shutdown. I wasn't playing any shows. We had our first child was at home with us, and my wife was pregnant with our second child, and it was a very daunting time. We weren't getting assistance from any of the government loans or anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we just get like the regular check. I was just trying to maintain sanity, you know. So I just, you know, anytime they would be out of the house or quiet or sleeping and I got up early, I would sneak into a bedroom and just start recording stuff. So like that Smoke Damage song, like the intro is really long and weird, and, you know, and that was all by accident. I had recorded the song and I'm like, it needs something, you know, and I started just fooling around and adding these different sounds. And one day my son Jude comes in and he had a little drum set, and he kept on asking to record with me. So I'm like, well, sure. You
Right.
know, if it doesn't work, I can erase it, you know?
Right. Exactly.
And he became a feature on like almost every intro of the song. Like, you know, if I don't know if you've listened much to it, but in the intro there's a bunch of like drums just like randomly just getting like plowed into, and that's him. You know, he just like starts banging on things, and it worked, you know, and I built the rest of that intro around it to kind of make it happen, and I decided to make that, you know, a thing on all of them. So it's on top of, you know, being my pandemic album. It was, you know, the first opportunity that I had to like kind of fool around musically with my son and get him recording and stuff like that, and he's loving it. He's 4.5, and, you know, he's trying to play drums. He's playing ukulele. He's playing guitar. He runs around singing. He's writing his own songs, and
Right.
he's hilarious.
Hey,
you know?
Dad, I'm Stevie Nicks. Hey,
Yeah,
you got
yeah,
it, bro.
yeah.
You got it. All right, the time is 8:26 a.m. So, out of were you at Riverlands recently?
Not recently, but I have been there. I've played
Okay.
there before. Yeah.
St. Charles, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, talk about playing there, because we've been able to be listened to by a lot of St. Charles folks. Good Morning Aurora is popular out that
Yeah,
way, man.
yeah.
Riverlands, Brother Chimp, which is not in St.
Oh, yeah,
Charles,
yeah.
but you know,
North Aurora.
yeah. People. We making the rounds, man. We getting
Yeah.
heard different places.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Talk about Riverlands, though. I do kind of want to give them a shout.
Riverlands is awesome. Yeah, for the beer lovers, it's one of the best breweries in town, especially if you're into like the IPA stuff. But they do, you know, Riverlands, Brother Chimp, a lot of those places. What's really cool is that they are art and music forward. You know, they each of them they do like kind of pop up galleries, or like, you know, temporary galleries of local artists. They bring in local musicians. They're partnering with each other to make beer. You know, when I first started playing, the bars were not friendly with each other. I remember multiple times having to, like, you know, talk to these bar owners, like, who are like trying to tell me I can't play at the place across the street from them. I'm
What
like,
would their reason be? Just a general competition?
Their competition. I'm like, this is my job.
Right.
Like, I play
Yeah.
music. If people want to hire me, I'll play. You know, I don't mind putting time in between those. But, you know, if you're not going to pay me enough to cover what they want to pay me on the nights that I'm not playing at your place,
Right.
I'm going to play their place.
Yeah,
You know, because
exactly.
I need to feed my own too. It was really weird. I mean, that happened a lot, you know, around town, around the Fox Valley. These bars that would just like butt heads with each other and try and, like, you know, they're my musicians. And it's like, no, I'm my own musician, and
Yeah.
I will play your place and bring people if I can, you know. But the cool thing about these breweries is they're sharing with each other. They're partnering on beers. They're telling each other, you know, okay, I had this artist in. They're great. You should have them.
Right.
You know.
Right.
They're keeping a lot of us musicians working right now. You know, a lot of the songwriters that I know, that's what we do. We bounce between all these local breweries, and it's awesome. And Riverlands is one of those spots. They, you know, They got a cool atmospheric inside there. I haven't played outside. I'm playing outside this summer over there, and I heard that's supposed to be awesome. But yeah, the breweries are great.
Gotta check them out. Saturday, March 25th. What's going on? 6 p.m.
Saturday, March 25th. I am playing at...
Hold on.
Oh, my God.
Too much fun in the morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Brother Chimp.
Hey.
Hey. My God.
I could have just read it, too.
I was kind of... I was
but
like,
the people are here for you. Like,
yeah.
why the hell's Curtis talking so
Be
much?
my friend. Yeah, I'm playing at Brother Chimp. I'm playing there with my buddy Ryan Carney.
Shout out to Ryan
Cellist
Carney.
Supreme. Yeah, no, that's become, for me and Ryan, that's kind of where our duo really got going. And that happened, our buddy Colin Ryan, who runs Tunes for a Minute, they're kind of like a local booking agency of sorts. Not of sorts, that's what they do. But they reached out to us, and they had heard that we had done a couple shows together. Ryan and I go back like 20 years. We used to hang out at the same open mics and stuff. And we'd always talk and hang out, but we never played music together. And right before everything shut down, we had started doing a couple things. We probably played like 4 shows, and they went really well. Then everything shut down. And, nothing. Colin reached out, and he's like, hey, I've got a spot. I think your duo would be great. So I'm like, Ryan, do you want to do it? And he's like, yeah. So we showed up, like, not really rehearsed and played, a big 3-hour show, and it went great. And we've just, we've been building from it. And Brother Chimp, we go back there, every other month, something like that, and relive the fun of playing their stage. And once again, right now, speaking of the arts, they've got my artwork hanging up for like the first quarter of this year. They were doing Chris Hodge, awesome artist. In fact, he's doing the artwork for my next album, not the one that's coming out now. The one that
Album 14.
The one that's coming out now, the artwork was done by a fan friend named Carmen Mann Hampson. And I saw her. She was. I was playing a venue show during shutdown, and she happened to be painting to the show. And she sent me she's like, well, check this out. I'm like,
don't you like that?
That's cool. Can I make that part of the album cover? And she was like, oh yeah. So that's what I did. Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's cool when you can inspire other people to be creative through your own creative endeavors.
It is, man. Like, I swear to God, like, I don't know how, like, some of these, that is the coolest thing in the world. Like, if that's what it means to be like well known and famous, like, that is enough. Like, that makes me feel like super happy.
Yeah.
I've had people have sent us cards and everything that a person ever sent. That's why the other studio, when we take you there, that's decked out in our hall and wall of fame and everything. But like, that makes me feel like people have sent selfies. Tracy Duran, Jennifer Ryan Mayton, they got the shirt on. They're in the middle of nowhere. They're in Nebraska with it.
No way.
Like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's it right there,
That's
man.
cool.
Like, that's when I go to sleep. I'm like, I'm gonna do the news tomorrow. Latravette McLean, good morning to you as well. Wendy Connell is here. Good morning, Wendy Connell. I'm so glad to see you. Wendy Connell is a dear friend of ours, and she always keeps us laced and up to date with all of the important news from our dear friends of the League of Women Voters of the Aurora area. Get to know the League of Women Voters of Aurora area, LWVAA. They are your, what's the word I'll use? They are your most knowledgeable source for anything local, governmental, and politics related. Times 833. We're going to do some more news here real quick. Dan Barrero says, love Brother Chimp. Tracy Duran says, we are overdue. Oh, we're going to hang out. Josie Mendoza Geller gave the link to the Power Organization. If you want to donate those items for women, please follow that link. Maria Salter is here. She's a dear friend. She says, good morning to all. Shout out to Eye of the Angeles. Zora Zapata is here. Good morning, Zora Zapata. Oh, that reminds me. Hold on a second. we have another one of those things that we like to call on this show. Boy, we got more news than BB King got the blues, dog. We got more news, baby. We got more news. This is happening today at 10 a.m. to noon. It's called Coffee with Parents, Education and Educación con Amor y Límites. So from noon or 10 a.m. to noon at the public library, parents come there, participate in this fantastic event sponsored by our dear friends of the Kane County System of Care. And that has an entire array of great organizations within it, including the Kane County Health Department, AOK, and Be Strong Families. There's also a chance to participate in a raffle with $25. Now, this flyer is in Spanish. I'm not going to make you guys jealous with how good I read Spanish and talk it. You can tune into Buenos Dias, Aurora for that. But suffice to say that from 10 a.m. to noon today at the Aurora Public Library branch downtown Santori, you can go out there. Parents, come there, learn about the community, learn about resources, learn about how you can get involved for the betterment of each other and our neighbors. Okay, Brett, take it away, baby.
Okay, so Thursday, March 23rd, there will be a tax refund workshop held at VNA Healthcare, 400 North Highland. This will be from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. and will feature staff from the Aurora Financial Empowerment Center and the Neighbor Project. This event is free and open to the public. We look forward to more great community events all 2023. For more information, call 630-256-4552. Again, 630-256-4552. Saturday, April 15th from 8 a.m. to noon, join the Fox Valley Park District and many other fantastic organizations for the annual Community Cleanup Service Project. All participants will meet at the Cole Center located at 101 West Illinois Avenue. The cleanup itself will encompass both the banks of the Fox River close to downtown. Many great organizations will take part. For more information, email communitycleanup@foxmetro.org. Again, communitycleanup@foxmetro.org.
Communitycleanup@foxmetro.org. Community cleanup, foxmetro.org. Community cleanup, foxmetro.org. Community cleanup, community cleanup, community cleanup.
We should write jingles for like these local groups, the community cleanup organizations and all that.
We should. Maybe we should. Maybe we'll get Noah Gabriel Giblin do a little ditty for us on the shebangy bang on the frog in the corner and he go riding. Crambone.
I remember like the first time we did a show, like we started like singing like the same song, and someone said how we should like do karaoke or something.
Yes, that's because our fans love us and they know that we are touched a little bit in the brain.
Didn't he give us the name Oncoming Disaster or something?
Yeah, somebody did say that that'd be a good name for us.
Yeah.
Karina Suarez Darden is here. Good morning to you, Karina. Wendy Connell says she saw you play at with the cellist at Brother Chimp in January and loves your music. Awesome. Wendy Connell.
You can come back and see us March 25th.
Holla! All right.
Please.
Please. Nadia Schwiesthal, good morning. Angela Serrano, good morning. And Jen Ingram is here. She says, hello, friends. Alejandra Mescote, good morning to you as well. Look at all these talented people. Okay, the time is 8:38 a.m. Yikes, time is just flying. Okay, first of all, let me apologize because I cut you off earlier. We were talking about smoke damage, but that was not actually the question that I asked you. I filibustered my own question. The question I asked you was the number one track. The
number one track that I've been pushing is a song called "In the Wake."
Okay,
and I made like a little video. I paint houses, so like sometimes I get these long drives that I have to take, and so I was working a job for about 2 weeks in the middle of all the madness, and So on the long drives, I was out in the country, and I would just put my phone in the window and just film, the scenery as I drove. Made a video for it. But the song "In the Wake" it's a love song, and it's I guess the hook is I'm gonna catch that sun or burn up in the wake, and my wife deals with seasonal depression. It was winter time. And I don't know if I was just thinking, sometimes you want to do anything you can, even if that means destroying yourself in the process, to make something better for someone. And I guess that was the idea of the song. I'll chase down the sun, even if it ends me, if that's what it needs to take. And that's the song that I've been pushing. Lyrically, I really like it. It's just a different song, I mean, this whole album is full of songs that I don't know. They're pandemic songs. They're reflective songs. They're songs that I listen back and I obviously was trying to deal with something, and which is I sat on this album for 2 years. I mean, it's been done, I mean, I've literally had the CDs in my basement for over a year and just been trying to figure out how to release it. It's a different one for me. I play everything on it. I recorded the whole thing. This is as me as it gets, and I guess I was kind of guarding it, and but no sense hiding it.
Right.
I really like the stuff. Everyone who's heard it really, really likes it. So I'm like I said, I'm putting it out into the world. I'm gonna let people listen, let people inside my crazy little brain for a while, and see what they think.
I think that they'll think kind of like what was reiterated in the comments. I think, and from what I've seen, I think that they'll think that this is insightful music. It's impactful music. People are able to relate, I think, more than we really give them credit for, or more than we think, to our experiences because they're shared. I mean, you talked about putting your phone your phone in the window as you're driving, most likely in country open areas.
Oh yeah.
Just letting it record. I do the same thing too.
Yeah.
One of the things I've kind of done is I don't want to tell people where I live, but there's a major street, and if you go down this major street, you can see the change.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
can see the change. Houses, a corner store, taco joint, buildings. Apartments and all this. You can see the change. You can see the shift. Sometimes I mute that little bit of footage and just look at different music as it plays.
Oh yeah.
What I'm saying? It's telling a story.
Oh yeah.
So I can relate to that. And I think anybody could relate to that.
Well, yeah, and that long ago when I was a child, back before there were screens everywhere, that's what entertained me on long drives. I used to love just staring out the window and just, I mean, I would play games. Sometimes I would just watch things. Sometimes I would try and catch every light post as it went by. And to me, there's something beautiful and meditative about it. And that, like I said, a big part of what I was trying to do with this is I wanted to create little journeys in and of themselves. I kind of wanted to say, I don't want these short things. I want each song to take a trip, and that's what I did, and I guess when I was making that video, I wanted to, put that in focus. It's not like anything really crazy, it's simple. It's just something that and if you watch the video, you'll probably find yourself doing the same thing. You'll start drifting, you'll start thinking, you'll meditate on things. And that's, to me, music, it does a lot of things. It can make you happy, it can make you sad. the best music makes you think, you know, and that's all I'm trying to do. For myself, you know, and hopefully it does it for other people. You know, I'm always I'm trying to understand the world in a better way. You know, my music is, you know, I write through things. That's my sanity.
No, I feel you, man. I feel you. This show started in the pandemic. You know, I mean, there was it wasn't about the likes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Oh, yeah.
never.
Yeah.
It was me. Like the fire was in here.
Yeah.
I needed to put it out. But I take the news and information as serious as you take the producing process and music and getting it out there and telling the story and making the listener feel what you feel. I take you know, that's why we talk about what we talk about. Like, I want you, the listener, to go donate blood.
Oh yeah.
If you're able to, you know what I'm saying?
And that's why people listen. It's the sincerity. It's
Absolutely.
the conviction. You're not, like I said, I feel that when I talk to you, you're not, I've done plenty of interviews, and a lot of them are mind numbing, because you get the same cliched questions, all on the surface. And, you know, I spend the whole time trying to think of interesting ways to answer these boring old questions.
Yeah.
And
what were you picked up a guitar?
Yeah.
It was 3 days. Really?
Yeah.
Kid prodigy.
magic sparkles came out of my fingers and the songs just bloomed.
Well, when I was a young boy, the nurse all gather around.
Yeah.
We ain't got no license for that. I don't want to sing George Thorogood because Facebook's got a really good listening algorithm. They'll pick
Yeah.
it up and flag a brother.
Oh,
probably.
yeah?
Hang on a second, because the time is 8:46. You're going to take us on a journey as we land this airplane. And for the listeners too, Noah did bring his guitar. He's going to bless us with a little ditty, which we will then post for you guys in a separate video after the show today. But I got something very important to tell you guys. Hang on a second here. Josie Mendoza Geller says that I love listening to one's creative process. It truly comes from within. That it definitely does. And Marissa Amoni's here. Good morning, Marissa. She says,
Hello.
Noah is amazing, a truly good guy. Oh,
Thanks, Melissa.
he is.
I
He
try.
is.
Marissa's pretty awesome, too. She's
She
been
is.
rocking the downtown scene for years.
Yeah, shout out to Marissa, man. Marissa, tell your story. Tell your story. Because the thing about this, which I know that you'll be able to feel, is like, it's one thing that, like, we do this, but when you go out in public sometimes and you're just like trying to get your coffee or wherever the case may be, like, you do kind of blend into society. One night I was at home and there was a First Friday event going on, right? And I think it was Tracy Duran, Jennifer Ryan Main, Monica, some others, whoever it was. They were all out and about. They had on some Good Morning Aurora shirts, and they all took a group picture. And the picture was taken inside of Charlie's Creamery.
Right?
And Marissa was in it. And she sent it to me. I think Marissa's the person. At that moment, that was really that made me feel really good.
Yeah.
Because I got to see everybody in their own little human element. They all got fantastic lives. Marissa does Aurora downtown, right?
Yeah.
But that wasn't what was going on in the picture.
Yeah.
The picture was friends hanging out, kicking it, having a good time inside of the. That's what.
Well,
That was it, man. Who are we underneath all of our titles? Who are we when we're not the executive director or whoever, the head of this, right? Who are we? And that picture kind of showed that. Go ahead. Well, I look for this news story. Okay, I got it right here. Hold on. All right. So State Representative Maura Hirschauer is working hard to pass a bill that will provide fair compensation for all educational support service employees in Illinois. The proposed bill will amend the employment of teachers article of the school code, which will increase the minimum hourly rate of school district employees to a rate of not less than $20 for the 2024-2025 school year and increase by $1 consecutively through the 2026-2027 school year. The legislation aims to provide educational support service employees with a fair and livable wage, including custodial employees, transportation employees, food service providers, classroom assistants, and administration staff. Okay, there's that. The next thing I was going to tell you about is that the city council is going to be voting on a deal that would bring 3 new restaurants into the city's downtown. I told you guys about the restaurants on Monday. Let me get you these names again. It's an Asian fusion, a French restaurant, and Italian. How about that? That's a humdinger, boy. It's going to be the United Nations in Aurora, man. Okay, here's the details, you guys, real quick. 2 North River Street. That corner suite includes 2 floors, 7,979 square feet. That would be Leilani, an Asian fusion restaurant, up to 150 seats, patio dining, and an outdoor space planned for the west side or the back of the building. Opening is planned for the summer. 6 North River Street. Now, I know what you're thinking. What is he talking about? 2 North, 6 North? You know where the Hobbs building is? These are those buildings that are those low, kind of smaller joints attached to it on the side. They're directly across the street from the Wabanzi Community College parking garage right downtown. That's the intersection of Galena and River Street, if you're picturing it. 6 North River Street, that would be La Vie Lumière, a French restaurant with a seating capacity of 103,460 square feet. The restaurant would be developed by one of 4 master chefs in Illinois, one of 63 in the entire country.
Wow.
Dang. Oh, wait, that wasn't what I wanted to play.
But in Aurora's case, fly isn't just a verb, it's an adjective. Aurora's fly. Aurora's food.
And Aurora's about to have some fantastic food really soon. Gone are the days of chicken nuggets and French fries for us, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to have La Vie Lumière. And then the next restaurant would be Buona Italia, 12 North River Street, 3,408 square feet, with plans to open in the fall. 100-seat capacity, patio dining to the north side of the building. How about it?
Nice.
Now, who knows, Noah Gabriel Giblin? Maybe you'll be there, right? Maybe you. Hey, guess who's playing at the French? What?
I don't know if I'm
What?
fancy enough for a French restaurant. Yeah.
All you need is like a bow tie or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you need
I don't know
don't
if
wanna
that'll
see-
work for me. Yeah.
No, I don't want to see you playing no bow tie.
I feel weird enough in a suit.
Maria Salted Jerry says, ooh la la. Yeah, that's what I said when I heard it. Okay, Leo Zarko is here. Good morning to you, Leo. Janice Horn, Jack Smith. Look at all you great people. And we said hi to Jen Ingram and Angela Serrano as well. Okay, Noah has been a community connector for as long as I've known him, over a decade now, I think, in Aurora, Batavia, St. Charles. I remember running into him at Arcada and Big Jim.
Oh yeah.
Everybody loves Noah. What's Big Jim? I never heard of it.
Oh, Big Jim. He's a man about town. Basically, like any musical event, if you see a older dude with long red hair and a big old beard, that's Big Jim.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean he's
Very fitting.
He's run security. Well, I shouldn't say run security. He does security at the Arcada. Yeah, he's a music enthusiast. I've known him since I was a kid, and I didn't realize how popular he was. In fact, I'm pretty sure that like every place I've gone in the country, somebody somehow knows Big Jim. He's nationwide.
Where's the Arcada at?
That is in downtown St. Charles.
Okay, so still an open theater?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's fully functioning. I mean, they get some pretty big, acts in there. They get some cheesy acts. I mean, Vince Neil from Motley Crue will go there and hang out, and Bret Michaels from Poison. But
They hang out?
they go and
Wait a minute.
They go and play. Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh, they go
Yeah,
play.
yeah,
I thought you
yeah.
meant like they're just in there chilling.
No,
I'm gonna start hanging out there.
Yeah,
Like, yo, are you Vince?
yeah.
Yo,
You'll know Vince Neil when you see him. It's
Axl Rose, is that
terrifying. Yeah.
you? It's your boy, Curtis. All right. Time's 8:53. So, we are successfully in the knocking on the wood, we are successfully in the post-COVID era. We both started, well, you've been doing what you're doing longer than me, but we really put a focus on our passions and talents during the pandemic era. We've gone through it, right? We were working, doing our things in mitigations. We've dealt with the constrained city, the constrained resources, the constrained places to go. Now all those restrictions are pretty much lifted. As an artist, with another album dropping, being in the works, coming soon, 15 being worked on, I think. How are you feeling? Are you optimistic about our collective future here? You feel good
about the world at large, about
the city and the world at large, and our Fox Valley area, because you're not just refined.
I mean, just everything that you read. It's wild to see all the changes that have taken place just in Aurora alone. I remember growing up, being told I should be fearful in Aurora for a long time. I don't have fears walking around in Aurora. It's turned into a beautiful, beautiful downtown that has tons to offer for everyone. You see people walking around, families. I think the future is bright and beautiful so long as good people are allowed to do good things. And I don't see that stopping, even when everything was shut down, people were still coming together in whatever way they could, So yeah, I feel very positive, I see lots of things happening in the surrounding cities, things building up and stuff like that. I don't know,
Yeah.
And when things go south, I have my own microcosm that I can, disappear into and feel safe and,
Yeah, that's the thing about being a creative person. Like even when who was it, Nero? When the city's burning, we're playing the fiddle. Like, you know what? hey, it's going to be a poetic demise. It will be. Time's 8:56. This Friday, come see Noah Gabriel Giblin at Art History Brewing, 6 to 9 p.m. And Saturday is that's the 25th.
25th.
You're going to be at Brother Chimp. Right.
And then April 21st at the venue.
April 21st at the venue. What time is that show?
8 o'clock. Okay. And that's going to be like a whole cast of characters. I got 4 bands that I'm playing with. All different groups that I've worked with throughout the years and released music with, playing a bunch of music from throughout the years. Kind of like the show in November, completely different set list. It's going to be a real nice night.
Reminds me of a song. Are you reeling in the years?
A Dan fan.
Oh, man, I am let me tell you something. And sadly, I can't listen to it like I used to because it just brings. My dad just passed. My dad was a huge Steely Dan. My dad was Steely Dan's greatest fan. Steely Dan and Ozzy, strangely.
Yeah.
Steely Dan.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Always, man. Always. I was the only dude in the hood wearing a Steely Dan T-shirt.
That's awesome.
Where's this guy from? Did we miss anything? It's 8:57. We got 3 more minutes before we effectively save the world. What did we miss? I asked you about Brother Chimp. We did Brother Chimp. We did Art History. We did the pizza. We did all of that. What did we miss? Did we miss anything?
I don't think so.
I mean, we covered the boxes.
Did we have a puppet show or anything? No,
not yet, bruh. Not yet. maybe we might start one. All right. Well, the time is 8:58 a.m. We appreciate Noah Gabriel Giblin for coming back on the show. with us. This was his part 2, and I really appreciate the brother for coming back. We've got some things planned, and Noah Gabriel's going to be part of it. So you guys didn't see it before the camera came on, but we talked about something new that we're going to be doing. Noah Gabriel will be a feature of that. We're happy. And also, Noah Gabriel's going to play a song for us, and we will debut that for you guys later on today on our Facebook page. I hope that you all have a blessed day, a positive day, and a most uplifting day. Do the best you can for somebody else if you can give them a shout or help them out. Ladies and gentlemen, Good Morning Aurora will return on Friday with another great show. We will have the final update that you need about the food trucks here in Aurora. We will read the article for you guys about changes happening. Remember, the moratorium, word of the day yesterday, on food trucks is lifted on the 28th of this month. So prepare. Other than that, as we always tell you, take care of yourself and each other.
Thanks.